So today's lesson is on the verb ser plus adjectives. This should be a review for you. If you're coming into level 2, you should have learned how to use ser plus adjectives in your previous level, level 1. Ser means to be, and then adjectives, they would be used to describe their characteristics, right? Like tall, short, redheaded, intelligent, outgoing. Those are all adjectives. So we use the concept ser plus adjectives to describe what someone or something is like. Okay. These are your notes. Just to let you know, these are your notes. So make sure that you go through, that you watch the entire video. If you need to go back, if you need to pause anything, you have the liberty to do so. Okay. Ser is a verb that means to be, and it's used with subject pronouns. If you recall, those subject pronouns are yo, which means I, tú, you, él, he, ella, she, usted is one that you would use to speak to someone who's older than you. Nosotros means we, vosotros is you all, and it's used in Spain. Ellos is them, referring to either all boys or a boy and a girl, or it could also be a group of girls and one boy, then it would be ellos. Ellas is them for girls, and for all girls, a group of girls. And ustedes means you all. Okay. So subject pronouns, do we need them? Not always. In this case, they're not necessary because I would know that you were talking about yo by the way you conjugated your verb ser. If you conjugated soy, I know you're saying yo. Eres, I know you're referring to tú. So if you want to use them, you are able to. In this case, they're not necessary. So the verb ser is conjugated as soy, I am, eres, you are, es, he or she is or it is, somos, we are, sois, you all are, y son, you all are. Adjectives are words that describe nouns. They describe people, places, and objects. In Spanish, we must use the verb ser in order to describe someone, so please don't forget the verb ser. Don't forget how to conjugate it. So for example here, in English, we say she is reserved. We don't say she reserved. We need to say is. So same thing in Spanish. Ella, for she, right? Ella means she is reservada. Do not forget the verb ser. In Spanish, the subject pronoun is not necessary, as I explained a couple seconds ago, unless it is not clear who the subject is. So in this example, what is Carla like? We can say she is nice. Okay, ella es simpática. Or we could just say es simpática. I already know we're talking about Carla, so if you said es simpática, that would be fine. ¿Cómo son tus abuelos? What are your grandparents like? They are extrovert. Ellos son extrovertidos. Or simply son extrovertidos, because I already know we're talking about your abuelos. Ser and gender agreement, very important concept. Make sure that you understand how to use gender and number agreement, and that you know that it's necessary for adjectives. This is a concept that students struggle with. Even in the upper levels, I still see mistakes in gender and number agreement with adjectives. So adjectives need to agree with a noun and pronoun in both gender and number. Adjectives that end in E, they have the same masculine and feminine forms. So inteligente is an adjective that remains inteligente. If it's a boy, he's inteligente. If it's a girl, she is also inteligente. You only change the ending if you're going to make it plural. You would just add an S because this is a vowel. Adjectives ending in consonants, do not add an A for the girl unless they end in OR or are adjectives of nationalities. So two examples here. Lorenzo es intelectual. Intelectual ends in a consonant. It ends in an L. Ana es intelectual. We leave it that way. Intelectual for a male, intelectual for a female. However, trabajador, okay, it's a consonant, we leave it. But here, notice that an A was added. Okay, so if it ends in a consonant, don't add an A unless they end in OR. So if you're a girl and you use an adjective that ends in a consonant, but the ending is OR, make sure you add that A. If the adjective is nationality, you also have to be careful about that. Lorenzo es español, just leave it that way. Ana es española. For the girl, you do need to agree. When an adjective ending in Z is made plural, the Z is changed to C before the ES plural ending. So here's an example. Natalia es feliz. She is happy. Natalia y Oscar, more than one person. Son, they are. Make sure your verb said agrees because it's more than one. Natalia y Oscar son felices. Notice the Z was changed to a C. And then because you end in a consonant, you need to add the ending ES to make it plural. An adjective that describes two or more nouns of different gender is masculine plural. So here, Natalia y Oscar. Remember that the boy here rules. Okay, Natalia y Oscar son, don't forget your verb said, conjugated correctly, altos. So it's masculine, plural. You add an S because this is a vowel. Agreeing in number, you need to agree whether it's a singular adjective or a plural adjective. If the adjective ends in a vowel, add S to make it plural. So like in this last example, in this last example, this ends in a vowel, so we just add an S to make it plural. Okay, if the adjective ends in a consonant, add ES to the ending to make it plural. So Guillermo y Javier son altos. This ends in a vowel, we just add S. Jimena y Jacqueline son altas. This ends in a vowel, simply add the S. Jimena y Jacqueline son intelectuales. This ends in a consonant, so we need to add ES. Negation, when we want to say that someone is not a certain way, we would write no before our conjugated verb said, then include the adjective, making sure to agree in both gender and number. So here's the example. Carla is not boring. She's not a boring person. So Carla, no needs to come before the conjugated verb. You need to make sure that you agree here. The verb said needs to agree with Carla. Carla no es aburrida. Franco no es aburrido. Okay, O for the boy, A for the girl. If we ask a question about someone and we would like a response, we would first answer the question with either a C or no. So first answer the question. Then we would say the person's name or the subject pronoun, the word no again, the verb said conjugated, and finally the adjective, making sure to agree in gender and number. So here's the example. Is Carla a boring person? No. Answer the question. No, comma. Carla is not boring. Okay, no. Carla, no. Before your conjugated verb said, and then aburrida, make sure you agree here. Okay, I often get some mistakes. I often get students write, no, Carla es aburrida. So what you're doing is you're saying, yeah, she actually is. No, Carla is boring. Okay, but we want to say no, the double negation here. If someone asks you the question about yourself, then you would say either yes or no. Say no again, include your verb said conjugated, and finally the adjective, making sure to agree in gender and number. So the example, Ana, comma, are you boring? Are you a boring person? And I know I'm talking to Ana because of this comma here. And she would say, no, I am not. Notice no is put here before the conjugated verb. No, I am not boring. I am extrovert. Okay, careful with this one here. All right, so this is your practice. You have 8 questions here. There are questions that ask you what these people are like, and then these are the clues. This is what you need to respond with. If you don't remember these words, what they are in Spanish, then go to wordreference.com. That's www.wordreference.com. That's WORD, and then reference is REFERENCE. Hope I have that right. REFERENCE. Wordreference.com, and that will help you to give you what these words mean. Okay, number 4 says personal response, so just respond with any way you want. Okay, all right, so these are your notes, or these were your notes. Make sure that you take the time, go through them. After this video, you do have another video that goes through the practice. So go through, answer these on your own, and then watch the video that shows you how to answer these correctly. Okay, if you have any questions, please feel free to come in and see me, jot down your questions, and let me know. Okay, all right, thanks so much. Bye.